Hi everyone, it's Nisha. So today I wanted to share with you my favorite wigs for 2022. I have done only one of those videos long time ago, about 4 years ago, and then I don't know, I forgot to do it every year. But this year I have 4 favorite wigs. So they are not necessarily ones that came out this year. I think 2 of them or 3 came out this year and 1 I think was the end of last year. So they are still quite new. It's just the ones that I've worn the most in year 2022. If you are new here, I wear wigs as a fashion accessory and out of laziness. I do not need to wear wigs. I don't have any illness that makes me lose hair, but I have very fine hair that requires a lot of styling, and a lot of styling damages your own hair. So on a days that I don't feel like styling my hair and I have to go somewhere, I just put a wig on and you always have perfect hairstyle. Wigs have come on such a long way. They look so good, and this is especially important for the women that do need it. We as women know how important hair is to us, especially as you get older. Even if you don't have any illness, the menopause makes you start losing your hair or makes your hair thinner, and hair makes us feel confident and pretty. I have whole playlist of wig reviews, so I will link it here and maybe at the end. So if you want to see reviews of these wigs in detail, go and check out that playlist. I have loads of wig reviews. Also, you will notice that my wigs are very similar in style and very similar in color. My own hair is blonde bleached with some lowlights, and I try to always go for that color because that particular color suits me. I would advise, if you are new to wigs, for your first wig, always order a wig hairstyle that is the most similar to your own hairstyle or the hairstyle you used to have and liked, and the most similar to your color. Because if you always worn very short hair and suddenly buy really long wig, it might look so different that it will put you off and scare you. So start off with something very similar, and then as you get used to wearing the wigs, play with them, learning how to style them and everything, then you might want to experiment with different styles and even colors. You can go out in a wig in a pouring rain, in really damp atmosphere, and your hairstyle will always look the same. You know, sometimes we work on our hair for hours. You go out, it's really damp, and your hair ends up looking like feathers, or everything just collapses. So that's another good reason to wear wigs. One of my favorite wig designers is Belle Tress, and I am wearing right now Belle Tress Dalgona 16. Belle Tress has been improving so much. The fiber is amazing, the lace front is amazing, and they've brought out so many lovely colors, especially blondes. I remember a long time ago you could only get maybe 2 bright blondes, but they would be always on a very warm side, and there was real gap for cool blondes, for ashy blondes, and now they do so many different colors. So this is Dalgona 16 this is quite a new color actually, and I have to read it because it's a bit of a mouthful. This is a root beer float blonde. My very first favorite color was butterbeer blonde, which is very similar. They are cool blondes, but I would say that root beer has some lowlights, and the lowlights are more evenly distributed in between the blondes, whereas butterbeer blonde is, I would say, brighter. The blonde, there is a bit more blonde. It has some lowlights, but they are not evenly distributed, so you mostly see the bright blonde, but they are both beautiful and quite similar, to be honest. I always wear rooted wigs. I know some people don't like rooted wigs. I feel the rooted wigs look the most natural, because if you have some highlights in your hair, even if you freshly had them done at the hairdressers, the color will never, the blonde will never come out straight from your scalp, and on wigs that's how it looks. And I feel that not all of them, obviously it depends on the style as well. If you have like a short funky style, then that might not be a case, but on the styles that I wear, I feel that rooted wigs look more natural. Also, if you have quite dark hair, like my roots are probably the color of this wig, even darker. If I had all blonde wigs, sometimes you could see through the parting my dark hair through it, whereas naturally, because I bleach my hair, my roots come through pretty quickly, so my hair is always dark at the root, so it blends nicely with this. You will never ever see it. So this is probably as long as I will go with my wigs. I have reviewed longer wigs. I absolutely adore long hair, but I just don't feel it suits me, especially long straight hair. I think I look a bit witchy. So I like to have some sort of wave, relaxed curl in my hair, and that's what I get here. To me, even this one is a bit long, but I really love this one for updos. And also in the winter, I love wearing them with hats, with just, you know, woolly hats. I might actually try one on. It's because my hair is about at the front that long, it's a bit longer at the back. It's very thin. When I put a hat on, I've got just like these ratty, wispy bits sticking out. Whereas, and you know, when you don't have much hair, small head, when you put hat on, you can look a bit like a pinhead. So this adds a bit of volume under the hat and the lovely curls sticking out. So here I am wearing a hat, and I think that looks so lovely. And also you've got almost like two hats on. So it's really warm when it's really freezing, like right now, for example. I love wearing my wigs and hats because my head is so toasty warm. So this is one of my favorites. This is also a heat-friendly wig, which means that you can style it with heat. I don't know why you would do that, because for example, this one just came like this. I didn't have to do anything, but you have seen me sometimes correcting bits, like if the wig comes that it just falls on in your eyes, you can, with the curling iron, lift this part here. Also, if for example I wanted a bit bigger curl here, I could add that to it. So heat defiant, there are pros and cons to heat defiant wigs, because they look more natural, they are not as shiny as straight up synthetics, but they are more prone to tangling and getting sticky and a bit, if you wear them a lot and don't look after them properly, they can start looking like very damaged, dry hair on the end. But there are things you can do. I won't go into that right now. But that's the thing. The heat defiant wig fiber looks so natural, and Belle Tress does it so lovely. Their fibers are very, very fine and silky and soft. And I don't feel like they tangle as much as, for example, Raquel Welch, which I love as well. And Raquel Welch fiber is a bit, I would say that like the individual hairs are thicker, the denier of the fiber is thicker, and they can really get sticky after wearing your wig a lot, especially at the back and at the nape, you know. So I don't know, I think I might prefer the Belle Tress fiber. It's really, really beautiful. Okay, so that was Belle Tress Dalgona 16 in Root Beer Float Blonde. Let's do the next one. This is Jon Renau Julianne Lite in Palm Springs Blonde. And as you can see, this is proper cool ashy blonde with nice colored root. It's not too dark, and the density of it is very light, which I love. I am not used to loads of hair. You know, some wigs have loads and loads of hair and can start looking like a helmet. If you used to have loads of hair, you might be used to it, but for someone like me, having loads of hair just does not look natural. I don't think having really thick, huge wig doesn't look natural on anybody. So Jon Renau had Julianne for years, but the standard one. And I had that Julianne, and although I love the style, the amount of hair, it just swamped me completely. This is just the right amount of hair. I absolutely love this one. This one also has 100% hand-tied wig, so it will be more expensive. And this wig is not heat friendly, and I don't know if you noticed, but this one is definitely a bit more shiny. The fibers feel a bit drier than the heat friendly fibers, but nevertheless I love this wig. I remember that I pulled it out of the box and it just looked like that. I had to do nothing, no any alterations, not trying to adjust it. It just looked really good. The cap is lovely. So Jon Renau did few of his old style in that light density, and he spelled Lite, light. This wig is sort of angled slightly. The front is a bit longer. I absolutely adore it. Let me put a hat on this one. So here is Julianne with the hat on. You could move this hair a bit back if you wanted, but I think it's so nice when that lovely hair sticks out from under your hat. Okay, so that was Jon Renau Julianne Lite in Palm Springs Blonde. This is my newer wig. This is Jon Renau again, Skyler in Palm Springs Blonde. This is my favorite color in Jon Renau's wigs, but Skyler is heat-friendly fiber. Therefore, the Palm Springs Blonde will look tiny bit different to the synthetic Palm Springs Blonde. And obviously that is because it's totally different fiber, and I think maybe because the straight up synthetic is more shiny, therefore the light bounces off of it different and it might look a bit brighter. So let me put here next to it Julianne. Can you see Julianne looks, I don't know if you can see the difference in on a screen, but Julianne definitely looks a bit more ashy. This one is tad warmer, but not warm in any way. It's still a cool blonde, but that is simply because of the difference in fibers. Like I said, can you see Julianne is much more shiny than Skyler. So Skyler, I absolutely love this wig. I had to do a few bits to lift the front here because it was hanging a bit in my eyes. This one definitely has more hair, but I wouldn't say it's overly thick. I love this style. Again, it's a bit of a angle bob, and it has that not wave, not curl, is that bend with the very straight sort of scissored ends, and that look's been so popular for so long and I could never achieve it. I know you can do it with straighteners, but my hair is so fine, especially at the front, that if I did that, I don't know, it would just look like I have 4 curls in my hair and you can see all the light shining through it. So I could never achieve that look on my own hair. I think it's so casual yet looks quite elegant and very carefree. It's almost like you've curled your hair yesterday, slept on it and just woke up like this. So this one is definitely one of my favorites. These wigs are not in any particular order. I like them all, but this one is one of the newest. So and it's probably one of the shortest, and I feel more comfortable. That and obviously the Julianne, that is about the length that I like to go. Shall we do this one with the hat? And here is Skyler with a hat on. And this is my last favorite wig. This is my newest wig. I have reviewed it not long ago, and this is Raquel Welch Wavy Day in Shaded Biscuit. You will all know that Shaded Biscuit is my all-time favorite. Raquel's been doing this color for years, and that at the time it was the only color that was that sort of cool bright blonde. Raquel Welch usually puts quite a bit of hair, and you can really fluff it up and make it quite big. This is absolutely perfect density. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. Love it. And I took it out the box like this, and I didn't have to do anything to this wig. It's just simply beautiful. I like the length. I think this one is maybe touch shorter than Dalgona, so I can live with that. I absolutely love the curl pattern. Again, it's not overdone. It's just perfect. And this is obviously heat defiant. Raquel Welch's wigs are mostly heat defiant, and this fiber, I would say, feels a bit finer than other ones in her other wigs. So I don't know if they may be trying to improve the fiber, but it feels very nice. It doesn't feel as thick. Still feels different to the Belle Tress fiber, but I would say it's better than on some of her older wigs. You know, I've told you that wigs of that length I usually wear for updos, but for some reason the style of this one and the curl pattern, I don't mind wearing it down. I don't feel it's too long for me. I just love it. If you check out my wig reviews playlist where I review these wigs separately, I show you some styling options as well for these wigs, how you can wear them, so please check that out. I also have a separate Instagram account, Wigs Are Fun, so in there you have just pictures of all the wigs, so if you want to just have a quick look, remind yourself what each wig looks like. I don't think I have every single wig on there because I didn't start this account till last year, I think. So there isn't as many wigs as in my playlist, wig reviews. If you want to remind yourself what each wig looks like, then you can have a look at that. I will leave it in the description box. And that's Wavy Day with a hat. I just think they are perfect for a hat. Okay, my lovelies, so that's it. These were 4 favorite wigs for 2022. I've liked every wig that I've reviewed. There might have been a couple that I wasn't that keen on, but not all of them, the style of them suit me. So that's why I've picked the ones that suit me, I feel they suit me, and that I look best in, and the ones that I wear the most. Let me know which one was your favorite. And if you want to see my playlist, just click on this picture here and it will take you straight to the wig reviews. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.